What do a list of things that you love and remembering a moment of feeling fully alive have in common? Well, I'll tell you, these are prompts that are on this video that you can use to listen to the invitation from your heart to journal and live with more aliveness. Welcome to Trust Your Heart, the fourth and can be standalone video from Aging Joyfully. And I'm Julie Jordan Scott, your guide and workshop leader for the past 25 years, who will help you to learn to write from your heart, to accept that invitation, and to journal with great love, hope, and optimism. I'm so grateful you're here. Yesterday, we learned that journaling with authentic curiosity can show you what is possible. Today, we lean into discovering what the heart knows and stepping into the wisdom that it provides us. The heart is quiet. It doesn't demand. It waits quietly. It regularly, if I can talk, it regularly sends us invitations, but oftentimes we're too busy in the hustle and bustle to hear it. We're just doing our thing. We're checking off the things on our to-do list. We are taking care of people. We are scrolling on our phone mindlessly. This will be different when you settle in with these journaling prompts and really listen to your heart. It might change everything for you. Journaling gives us the quiet so that we can hear the invitation. I'm wondering if you are like me. Do you notice sometimes that your heart is sending you a message and your brain doesn't hear it, so you don't take action for a long time? The idea of this, or the memory of this, came up for me was when I quit my job as a county bureaucrat. I was pretty young when I did that, and my heart had been saying, probably since I started the darn job, that it wasn't right for me and that I was meant to be someplace else. After we share our first warm-up prompt, we will go into what I'm calling writing wisdom, where I will share a bit of my story and we'll continue the process so that you can connect to this and you can get some insights into your own life from it, just like you will from this writing warm-up. So let's get started. Get ready to set your timer for 2 minutes and get out your notebook or your document on your computer and write this on top. This is what I did last night, because this is a recap of the live stream that we did last night here on this channel. If you'd like to see the live stream and write along with us, I will link in the description and maybe put a card here if I can ever get that right. But write this: today my heart wants me to know. Now, as you are doing this stream of consciousness writing for 2 minutes, don't think, don't edit, just let your pencil go across the page. And if all you write is, today my heart is, or my heart wants me to know, as you write that or as you type that, your subconscious mind will pick up that you are issuing an invitation. You are saying to your heart, hey, I'm here to hear you. I am here in my seat writing so that I may hear you. So set the timer, pause the video, and let's do this. How did that go for you? What insights did you have in your writing warm-up? Writing warm-ups always just get me started, get me thinking, get my pencil moving, my fingers on the keyboard going. I hope you had that same experience. In talking about writing wisdom, the heart is so significant, much more than if we have our grammar correct or our spelling right. Don't let those things run you off the rail. So here's the story of when I quit my cushy government job that most people hold on to like the Holy Grail. For some people, it is the Holy Grail. For some people, it's a perfect fit and a wise move. Most people thought I was crazy for quitting my government job because government jobs, as you know, have pretty decent job security, great benefits, decent wages, and some level of safety. I quit my government job because I was working in the Department of Mental Health with severely mentally ill people. And ironically, right before I had the first instance of what happened that eventually made me decide to leave the job, I was at a Bible study, and one of my, the people in the study said to me, aren't you scared working at the Department of Mental Health? And I said, but of course not. I love my clients. The next day, one of my clients gave me a serious threat to my life. I got a terror soft warning. A terror soft warning is when someone is legally obligated to tell you that your life has been threatened verbally and that you need to be aware of the situation at hand. Wow, that was intense, especially because part of my job was finding placement for this gentleman out in the community. I didn't realize until I started telling this story that there's aspects of this that still linger in my body somewhere. Interesting. I think I need to go back and write about it, actually. The second death threat came less than 2 months later from a client who I had been in meetings where he had thrown desks at people. I had heard lots of his severe delusions. I had seen psychiatrists question their thinking. Today we would say he was good at gaslighting doctors. So when his threat came through, that was so very specific, down to exactly what he was going to do, not only with me, but with my children, I took that very seriously. And it wasn't just me intellectually. My body was breaking out in hives. I couldn't sleep. I was trying so hard to stay happy. And after going to I got therapy for the first threat. And by the time the second threat rolled around, I got therapy and I went to a psychiatrist myself because I could barely hold on anymore. In fact, I would go to work and I would be on. And I would use every ounce of energy. And then I would go home and I would just deflate. So I went on a stress leave with work. I could have made this story much shorter. And actually, I might have gone back to work, but what happened next was when I told my Bible study friend, "No, I love my clients. I don't feel nervous about them at all." The reality is I still did love my clients, even the ones who threatened me. I really enjoyed working with them, and I wanted to perhaps keep on working with them. I hadn't even thought about leaving when I went on my leave. I hadn't thought of leaving my job when I went on my leave. I was just going on a leave to take a break. And then my job put in a workman's comp claim, and then became an investigation of me. And that was a turning point. With investigators coming to our house and interviewing me. They were great. They were telling me how I was doing exactly the right thing. And when I went to the psychiatrist, another psychiatrist towards the end of the process, this gentleman talked to people on workman's comp claims to see if they were actually having difficulties because of their job or if they just had problems and were using workman's comp as a tool to get income while they weren't working. That was the absolute turning point. The psychiatrist didn't act like I was trying to do anything sketchy. I felt like my boss did. I could have just said, this is what happened when my life was threatened twice. I quit my cushy government job and I wrote my first ebook back in 1999, before there was Kindle, before there was Amazon, before there were many ebooks, but there were some. We intrepid pioneers of the e-publishing industry. I published my book as a PDF, and I actually also published it sequentially. So each chapter I would produce and I would put out for my audience. I was ahead of my time and I didn't know it. I took the emotions I was feeling, I put them on the page, and it helped me process. It also helped the people who read that material when I put it out. It was a great exercise for me also in processing what was going on in those exact moments. And the ebook that I would have written if I wrote it 6 months ago would probably have been much better. But I was experimenting then, just like I continue to experiment now. I felt a call to continuing my writing. And all those pieces together brought me an intense sense of aliveness that came from my heart into my spirit, out through my hands, my fingers, and then out to the world. So our next prompt is to answer the question about what brings you alive. Just like your heart pulsing in your chest keeps your body alive, What keeps your spirit alive? What keeps your hope alive? What keeps your optimism alive? At any age, there is something within us bringing us to life every day. We close our eyes to go to sleep. We open our eyes and we wake up. And some of us go, oh my goodness, another day. And some of us say, oh my goodness, another day. What brings you to the latter? I would like for you to think about a time when you felt expansive and alive. If you want to make a list of a few, that's actually probably better, because sometimes when you ask for like one moment, I know for me it's really hard to do that. Or you might describe a circumstance. If you've known me for a while, you know I love hugging trees. Well, sometimes hugging a tree can be an intense moment of understanding that I didn't know was waiting for me to hear, kind of like we've been talking about. Another thing that makes me feel alive is singing in a group and hearing those harmonies. Being a part of a harmony. And then back to today, what we're going to write on is, what is it that keeps me or makes me feel the most alive? My heart feels most alive when is your prompt. My heart feels most alive when ... And then just let your pencil float across the page and see what it finds. Please step into your senses before we go. Remember sight, sound, taste, touch, all of it. What did I miss? I know I was what we hear. It's important to hear with those harmonies. Are you ready to write? Set your timer anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, whichever you think will work for you. And the prompt is, my heart feels most alive when. Breathe that in. My heart feels most alive when. My heart feels most alive when. We'll see you when your writing is complete. Things are getting real with our heart, aren't they? We have one more prompt for you to write to now, and then one more prompt to take with you. Because I always feel like when I start this writing process, things will keep coming when I accept the invitation, going back to the beginning. So I'm going to give you a prompt to use tomorrow, perhaps. So here we go, as we close out today. As we close out for today, I know there's so much more depth I want to go into. So keep your eye out for supplemental videos that will take you through some more prompts that will enrich your experience with your heart, with your experiences, and with your trust. So rich when we are willing to dive deep with our writing. Now ready for the final prompt? Set your timer again for 3 to 5 minutes, and here is your prompt. If I trusted my heart more, another deep breath. If I trusted my heart more, ... Now set your timer and start to write. That issue of trust is heavy, isn't it? It certainly can be. I am still learning how to trust myself, just like we started on our first day. Still working on that. Trusting my curiosity, trusting my intuition, trusting my wisdom, trusting my collaboration with the divine, trusting. So here is your homework prompt, one to take with you in the days to come. Are you ready for that? My heart has been trying to teach me ... My heart has been trying to teach me ... My heart has been trying to teach me. Our tears, I would like to say thank you so much for being here with me. At the end, there's a funny little ridiculous blooper when I was first starting recording this. Bloopers happen. I hope that you'll come back for more. I hope that you'll watch this video that's popping up. I hope if you don't subscribe already, you will. You are a delight to have in my life. I'm so grateful for you. Welcome to, I remember what I'm saying.